In this lesson, we will explore Adobe Photoshop tools and learn how to edit and color enhance this image. We will start by making a selection using the Marquee selection tools. The Marquee selection tools allow you to select a geometrical area of your image. When the selection is active, you can apply changes only to the selected area. Please notice that the small arrow on the bottom of some tools indicates that there are more tools underneath the displayed one. To access the hidden tools, click and hold the tool button to reveal the full list. Then, switch to the tool you want and release the mouse. The selected tool will display its symbol on the top left corner of the options bar with all the options associated with this tool. The marquee tools are the rectangular marquee tool, the elliptical marquee tool, the single row marquee tool, and the single column marquee tool. The rectangular marquee allows you to select a rectangular or a square area. The elliptical marquee allows you to select an ellipse or a circle area. The single row marquee tool allows you to select a single row of pixels. The single column marquee allows you to select a single column of pixels. In this image, part of the background shows the backdrop used to photograph this image. Using the Eyedropper tool, I will click on the image background to select this color as the foreground color. I will then use the Marquee tool to correct the backdrop image. While the rectangular Marquee tool is selected, moving the mouse over the image window will change the pointer to a crosshair. Click and drag to select, then release the mouse. A dotted line appears around the selection, indicating that the area is selected. By moving the mouse inside the selection, the pointer becomes available to you, indicating that you can move your selection anywhere in the image window. You can also move the selection one pixel at a time by using the up and down, left and right arrow keys on your keyboard. Using the rectangular marquee tool, I will select the image's left corner. Then, I will use the command Fill from the Edit pull-down menu. Please notice that the command has 3 dots beside the command's name, indicating that choosing this command will open a dialog box with more options to choose from. The Fill dialog box appears. In the top section, you have the choice to fill the selection using one of the following options: foreground color, background color, pattern, history, black, 50% gray, and white. I will choose the foreground color. In the blending options, you have the choice to fill the selection using one of the following blending modes: normal, dissolve, behind, clear, multiply, screen, overlay, soft light, hard light, color dodge, color burn, darken, lighten, difference, exclusion, hue, saturation, color, and luminosity. Please notice that some of the blending modes are grayed out, indicating that they are unavailable to you with the current selection. The blending mode options are applicable to any of the painting tools, as well as the layers. I will set the blending mode to normal, and I will set the opacity field to 100%. Then, I will click OK to accept the settings. By moving the mouse outside the selection area, the pointer changes back to a crosshair. Clicking outside the selection will deselect. You can also deselect by choosing Deselect from the Select menu, or by using the shortcut Ctrl-D or Command-D for Mac users. From the window pull-down menu, choose Show Info. The info window will appear with information about the color value, the coordinates, and the size of the selected area. From the Eyedropper tool, click and hold to display the hidden tools. These tools are the Eyedropper tool, the Color Sampler tool, and the Measure tool. Let's choose the Eyedropper tool. The Eyedropper tool will display its symbol on the top left corner of the options bar with all the options associated with it. The Sample Size pop-up menu offers the following settings for the Eyedropper tool: Point Sample or 1 pixel by 1 pixel, 3 pixels by 3 pixels average, 5 pixels by 5 pixels average. I will choose 5 pixels by 5 pixels average. Clicking the eyedropper on a color will set this color as the foreground color in the foreground or background color attributes box. Clicking the eyedropper while holding the Alt key or the Option key for Mac users will set this color as the background color. You can toggle between the foreground and background colors by clicking on the toggle switch. Adobe Photoshop's default foreground and background colors are black and white respectively. To reset the foreground and background colors to the program's defaults, click on the Default Foreground and Background Color button. Moving the Eyedropper tool over a certain area of the image will display the color information for the average of 5 pixels by 5 pixels for that area. I will use the Eyedropper tool to measure the color values of the image background. The info palette displays the color values as 220 red, 220 green, and 220 for the blue channel. Please notice that the color values are also displayed in cyan, magenta, yellow, and black, otherwise known as CMYK. CMYK is the color environment used to prepare images for commercial offset printing. CMYK and color separations are explained with great details in the full versions of Photoshop Training CD. When I photographed this image, I used a bright white background. However, in the scanned image, the background has a gray cast and the fruit colors are dark. To correct the image background color, I will use the Levels command. From the Image pull-down menu, choose Adjust and then choose Levels. In the Levels dialog box, the image input color, known as the histogram, is displaying the number of pixels in this image for each color channel on a scale of 0 to 256. In this image, please notice the gap, otherwise known as clipping, at the highlight area. I will use the Target White Point Eyedropper to adjust the white background color value. Double-clicking on the Target White Point Eyedropper will open the Color Picker dialog box. You can enter the value of your choice for the desired white point. An ideal white point for CMYK separation is 4 cyan, 2 magenta, 2 yellow, and 0 black. Since this image will be displayed on the internet, I will click OK to accept the program default of 255 red, 255 green, and 255 blue as the white point value for the image background. Then, I will move the Target White Point Eyedropper over the image and click on the area to set the color of that area as an absolute white. Please notice that the background color has changed to white and the histogram has been stretched to cover the entire scale, effectively changing the colors in the midtones. You can also set the black or the gray target color eyedropper tools to achieve similar effects. If you are not happy with the level adjustment results, or you want to choose another target white point, click on the Alt key or the Options key on the Mac. This will display the Reset button to undo the target white point level change. Choosing the Crop tool will display the options associated with it in the options bar. I will enter 7 inches in the width field, 5 inches in the height field, and 200 pixels per inch for the resolution field. Using the Crop tool, I will click and drag diagonally. Please notice that a new box has been drawn inside the image with the specified aspect ratio of 5 inches by 7 inches. Also notice that the rest of the image is covered by a gray area, indicating that the grayed area will be chopped off from the image when the crop command is completed. Placing the mouse outside the cropped area will display the rotation option. The rotation option will allow you to rotate your cropped image around the reference point in the center of the image. The reference point is movable anywhere on the image window. Clicking the Enter key will crop the image. Since I will be using this image for the internet, I need to reduce the image resolution to 72 pixels per inch. From the Image pull-down menu, I will choose Image Size. Please notice that the current image size is 4 megabytes. In the resolution field, I will enter 72 pixels per inch, and I will check the Resample image box. The new image size is 532 kilobytes. I will click OK to accept the settings. From the View pull-down menu, I will choose Actual Pixels to display the resized image at 100% magnification. The next step is to enhance the color of the kiwi fruit to a cleaner green. Using the Zoom tool, I will zoom into the kiwi fruit. I will use the Lasso tool to select the inside of the kiwi. Clicking on the Lasso tool button displays the following hidden tools: the Lasso tool, the Polygon Lasso tool, and the Magnetic Lasso tool. I will select the Polygon Lasso tool. Please notice that the tool symbol and its associated options are displayed on the options bar. By clicking and releasing the mouse around the outer edge of the kiwi, the Lasso tool acts as a rubber band following the mouse movement, and it creates an anchor for each mouse click. The closer the clicks, the smoother the selection will be. When I am finished, a dotted line will appear around the new selection. From the options bar, I will choose the Add to Selection button to fix the selection I have made. The Polygon Lasso tool is now displaying a plus sign underneath it, indicating that a new selection will be added to the existing one. Using the Eyedropper tool, I will click on the kiwi to set its color as the foreground color. Clicking on the foreground color or the background color will bring the color picker dialog window. I will move the sample point to a cleaner green. Please notice that the new color is displayed on top of the existing color to show you a comparison between the two. You can also enter any color value using any of the following methods: the hue, saturation, and the brightness values, the RGB or the red, green, and blue values, the LAB or the luminosity, channel A and channel B values, and finally the CMYK or the cyan, magenta, yellow, and black values. Click OK to accept the new color. Then I will choose the Brush tool. The Brush tool will display its symbol on the top left corner of the options bar with all its options associated with it. I will choose 65 pixels for the brush size and color in the mode pop-up menu. I will start painting inside of the kiwi fruit with the new color. Please notice that by setting the brush mode to color, the brush applies the new color brightness to the existing image, maintaining all of its details. Also, notice that the painting was applied to the selected area only. I will use the Undo shortcut Ctrl-Z to view the color change without and with the paintbrush. Finally, let's change the orange's inside color from red to orange. I will zoom into the orange. From the Marquee Tools button, I will click and hold to reveal the Elliptical Marquee selection tool. The Elliptical Marquee selection tool will display its symbol on the top left corner of the options bar with all of the options associated with it. In the options bar, I will choose Constrain Aspect Ratio. I will enter 1 in the width field and 1 in the height field to draw a circle. Then I will move the mouse over the image. The mouse changes to a crosshair. I will click the mouse on the center of the orange and hold down the Alt key to start my selection around the center of my first click. I will drag the mouse towards the orange's outer diameter to finish the circle. When I am finished, I will release the mouse and the Alt key. I will use the up and down, left and right keys to fine-tune the position of my selection over the orange. To hide the selection, I will use the shortcut Ctrl-H. From the image pull-down menu, I will choose Adjust, then Hue and Saturation. In the Hue field, I will enter 15, and in the Saturation field, I will enter 20, then I will click OK to accept the settings. I will use the Undo shortcut, Ctrl-Z, to view the color change from red to orange. From the View pull-down menu, I will choose Show Extras to view the selection dotted lines, and from the Select pull-down menu, I will choose Deselect. I will use the command Fit on Screen or the shortcut Ctrl-0 to display the image with the highest magnification associated with the available screen. I will use the Save As command to save the image and leave the original untouched.